You put the offer in, let's say you win the offer, congratulations, woohoo, party don't start yet. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Marco Sen, your favorite realtor, and today we're going to be talking about the home buying process. So let's dive right into it. The very first step of actually buying a home is going out and talking to a mortgage broker to find out how much you can actually afford. Just like you wouldn't go shopping without knowing how much money is in your pocket or in your bank account, you shouldn't go buy a house without knowing how much money you can afford. Now, one thing I want to stress about the mortgage pre-approval is it's very important to submit the documents that the mortgage broker asks you to submit. A lot of people will try to get a verbal mortgage approval just by saying how much money they're making and how much debts they have. What you need to know is lenders interpret how much you're making in a completely different way than you may think. If you think you're making this much money, doesn't necessarily mean that's how much money that the lenders see that you're making. So it's very, very important to submit the documents right away, get a pre-approval on paper, and then start looking for a home. So we got our mortgage pre-approval, and now it's time to sit down with a realtor and actually have a conversation about what we're looking to do here, whether it's to buy a home for our family or to move into, or whether it's an investment property. No matter what it is, you want to sit down with your realtor, explain your situation, and then what they're going to do is they are going to take some notes. They are going to educate you on the market we're in, and then obviously by knowing what area you're looking to be in and what kind of a property, they're going to show you some facts about the market and some data that is going to kind of set the scene for what you can expect when you find the right home. Once that's done, the realtor is going to set up a search for you that is going to basically send you listings that match your criteria directly to your inbox. Now, a lot of people, when they're looking for homes, we're in the 21st century, I get it. We go online on websites like realtor.ca and Purple Bricks, and you try to proactively look for yourself. But there's really no need to do this, especially when you're working with a realtor. Websites like realtor.ca and Purple Bricks can sometimes have up to a 24-hour delay from when a property hits the market versus when it's actually uploaded on these websites. And if you're paying attention at all to this market, you know that that could be the difference between a house being available and a house being gone, just like that, because of the crazy seller's market that we're in right now. So your realtor will set you up on a search. Any property that goes on the market will automatically be sent to your inbox the second it hits the market. So you're not going to miss anything. And as soon as you see something you like, you're going to want to pick up the phone, give your realtor a call right away. Don't wait. And what he or she is going to do is that they are going to set up an appointment to go view the property. So you finally find the right home. Now you want to put an offer in on it. So you're going to sit down with your realtor. They're going to pull up some comparables on the area. He's going to find out how many other offers the seller's agent has. And based on that, you are going to put in your best offer. Now, what you need to know is there are two parts to an offer. Okay, there's obviously the money that you're going to put forward, but there's also the conditions. And in a market like this, a lot of sellers actually tend to go with a cleaner offer, which means an offer with less or no conditions at all, which happens a lot right now because it's a seller's market, over the offer that has the most amount of money. Now, that being said, there can't be too much of a discrepancy, maybe a couple $1,000s, but a couple $1,000s less with absolutely no conditions, you can bet is going to put you in a great position to actually win the property. Now, you put the offer in, let's say you win the offer, congratulations, woohoo, party don't start yet. Once the offer is accepted, whether or not you have any conditions to fulfill, the first thing you need to do is submit the deposit check within 24 hours of the accepted offer. So the deposit check is typically 1% of the asking price. Now, in terms of what you write on the check, you are going to write it out to the listing brokerage, and again, it's going to be 1% of the purchase price, and you have to actually go and drop that off at the listing brokerage within, like I said, 24 hours. It's very important because if you don't do it, then the entire deal falls apart. So make sure you get that done. If you went in firm, it's a firm deal. If not, you have to actually fulfill some conditions. Now, maybe you put an inspection condition in, maybe you put a finance condition in, maybe you put both. There's a specific due date in the offer that you have to fulfill these conditions by. So what you're going to want to do is you want to make sure you get to work right away You submit everything that the mortgage broker needs to get the mortgage approved. You book that inspection right away and you get it over with, because if there are some things that need to be, some big problems that come up that you want to negotiate the price or have the sellers fixed, you need to do that before the condition due date as well. Once the conditions are met, you are then going to have your realtor submit something called a notice of fulfillment of conditions, which brings you to the same point as getting an accepted firm offer with no conditions. Now you have a firm deal. So at this point, what you're gonna wanna do is make sure your realtor sends everything to your lawyer, who is going to make sure that all the legal aspects of the contract is good in protecting you, and is going to check the title of the property to make sure there's no problems with that as well. And once that's done, on the closing date, your lawyer is gonna hand you the keys to your new home and you are ready to move in. And that's pretty much it, guys. It's not too complicated, but it could be if you're not guided the right way. So make sure you find a solid realtor who's actually gonna be able to guide you throughout the whole process and make it as painless as possible. Now, I just wanted to keep this video very quick, so I didn't dive into too much detail about the entire process. I hit the key points for you guys. If you wanna know more, I actually developed a playbook that is a PDF that I can send to you guys, no problem. If you want to go a little bit more into detail on the process, just reach out to me, send me your email, and I will email that to you guys right away. Or if you want to sit down and just go for a coffee and talk about the process, we can do that as well. You know how to reach me. And that's all I have for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked the video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in next week's video. And as always, I haven't got your business yet, but I'm working hard to earn it.